welcome to this new video about quadratic functions. Here we'll deal with the vertex form, and especially we'll try to match each equation with a graph of one of the functions f, g, m, or n in the figure. Okay, so you have a list of vertex forms here, which are quadratic functions, and you're gonna try to match them with the one of the graphs here. Okay, so the method is very simple. We'll take the expression or the vertex form. We'll try to identify the vertex, and the vertex corresponds to a point. So we'll try to put this point on the graph, on the coordinate system, and determine the corresponding graph. Okay? So remember that a vertex form is an equation of the form y equals a times x minus h squared plus k. And in this case, the vertex is the point hk. Okay, so the ordered pair hk. Be careful, it's not plus h squared, it's minus h squared. Okay, so be careful to this minus sign. Okay, now let's start with the first one. We have a, in which y equals negative x plus 2 squared plus 1. In this case, it's obvious that the vertex is the point negative 2, 1. Why it's negative 2? Because we said it's x minus h squared. So if you have x plus 2 here, the h corresponds to a negative 2. Okay? So the vertex is negative 2, 1. Now we're going to identify or put the point negative 2, 1 on your coordinate system. So negative 2 on x, here is negative 1, negative 2, and the y is 1, which corresponds to this point here. Okay, so negative 2, 1 gives this point. So it corresponds to the vertex of the graph M. So to A, we're going to associate the graph M. So A is matched to the graph M. Okay? Now, for the second equation, we have the equation B, or the function B, y equals x minus 2 squared minus 1. So the vertex in this case is the point 2, negative 1. Again here, remember that it's x minus h squared. So the h here obviously is 2 and the k is negative 1. Okay, so we're gonna put this point on the coordinate system. 2, negative 1, 2 on x. So 2 on x, negative 1 on y. So it corresponds to this vertex point. Okay, and this vertex point belongs to the graph G. So to B, we're going to associate the graph G. Okay, now for the third one, C, we have the equation y equals x plus 2 squared minus 1. So y equals x plus 2 squared minus 1. And the vertex here again is the point negative 2, negative 1. Because we have plus 2, it's negative 2 for x, for h, sorry, and negative 1 for k. So we have to place this point on our coordinate system again. So the point is negative 2, negative 1. So negative 2 for x, negative 1 for y. So it corresponds to this vertex point, which corresponds to the graph F. So to C, we associate F. Okay. We have only one graph remaining and one equation, so we can conclude. But let's check it to be sure that our answers are correct. So for D, we have y equals, let's check what is the equation of y. Y equals negative x minus 2 squared plus 1. So negative x minus 2 squared plus 1, to which corresponds the vertex point. Negative, no, it's 2, because we have minus 2 minus h, so the h is 2, and 1 for k, so the last point is 2, 1, 2, 1, so 2 for x, 1 for y, which corresponds to this vertex, which belongs to the graph n, and we have our correct result, okay? You can check that each graph is matched to one equation, okay? So in D, it's matched to n. So remember that the vertex form, it's not ax plus h squared, but it's a times x minus h squared plus k. So if you have this form, you can identify the h and the k, and then put your vertex point. Thank you for your attention, and see you later.